They say, in 1969, humanity took one giant leap for mankind. But what if that leap was too perfect? How did we cross 250,000 miles of space with a computer weaker than the one you hold in your hand? And when our engines sputtered, with only 17 seconds of fuel left, what miracle kept that fragile craft from becoming a coffin among the stars? Tonight, we travel back to that moment of light and doubt to ask the question that never seems to die. Did we really land on the moon in 1969? The 1960s, a decade divided by war, by pride, and by fear. Above it all, two superpowers battled for the heavens. The Soviets had Sputnik, they had Yuri Gagarin. America was behind and desperate to catch up. Then came the voice that changed history. We choose to go to the moon, not because it is easy, but because it is hard. Less than 10 years to do the impossible, to create engines, computers, and courage that had never existed before. Failure was not an option. The world was watching, and the stakes were everything. The heart of Apollo 11 wasn't strength. It was precision. A box the size of a shoebox, the Apollo guidance computer, held just 2 kilobytes of memory. Your phone could outthink it 1 billion times over, yet that small machine carried the weight of the world. It didn't fly the spacecraft, it guided the men who did. Armstrong and Aldrin typed commands by hand, digits that meant life or death. In that silence between keystrokes, history waited. July 20th, 1969. The lunar module Eagle falls toward the moon. The computer's path, wrong. A crater full of boulders ahead. Armstrong takes control. The alarms blare. 60 seconds of fuel. 30. Dust clouds swirl like smoke in the void. Then, a calm voice through the static. Armstrong, comms. Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed. 17 seconds of fuel left. A heartbeat away from disaster, and a heartbeat closer to forever. But even victory left questions behind. If a rocket engine had thundered beneath the Eagle, where are the burn marks? Most imagine the moon as stone, a solid surface that should have blackened under fire. But the moon is no solid rock. It's a world of lunar regolith, powder finer than ash, ground from eons of meteor strikes. Beneath it lies compacted rubble and frozen basalt. When the descent propulsion system fired, its exhaust met a vacuum, no air, no oxygen, no flame. The gases spread, harmless and cold, sweeping the dust sideways instead of scorching it. What remained was not a crater, but a smooth patch of brushed gray, the silent signature of a gentle landing. So no, there were no burn marks, because the moon itself does not burn. They were heroes, but they were human. Armstrong's heart raced to 156 beats per minute as he stepped down that ladder. One small step for man. Above them, Michael Collins orbited alone, the loneliest soul in creation, praying his friends would rise from the dust. They remained 21 hours and 36 minutes on that silent plain. Inside the Eagle, no bed, no comfort. Just bacon cubes, beef stew, fruitcake, and coffee. 2 days of supplies, nothing more. Every gram of mass calculated, every ounce of fuel measured to the drop. Their ascent engine, small as a refrigerator, had one task: lift them home. It fired perfectly. The Eagle rose, leaving only footprints and questions that never faded. Between 1969 and 1972, 6 Apollo missions returned. Together they carried back 842 pounds, 382 kilograms of moon rock and dust. None of it was ever sold, not a single grain. Each piece rests inside nitrogen-sealed vaults in Houston and a hidden backup site in New Mexico. Priceless artifacts, proof of humanity's reach beyond Earth. But if they ever touched the open market, their worth could top $80 billion, more than 100 million per pound. Even lunar meteorites that fell to Earth naturally fetch thousands per gram, and those never felt a human touch. After Apollo 11 and Apollo 17, President Nixon gifted tiny fragments, less than a gram, to nations around the world. The Goodwill moon rocks, sealed in acrylic, symbols of peace. Some vanished, stolen, lost, forgotten. A few resurfaced on the black market, valued in the millions per gram. Officially, they remain US property. NASA even loans out microscopic samples, milligrams at a time, to research labs under lock and key, each tracked, each numbered, each watched. These stones are like no rock on Earth, older, sharper, scarred by cosmic radiation. Their isotopes whisper of a world untouched by air or life. So if the landings were faked, where did the moon rocks come from? So, did we truly land on the moon? The evidence says yes. The doubts keep it alive. Maybe it isn't about proof. Maybe it's about what we believe humanity can do. 3 men, 1 fragile machine, and a planet that dared to dream. No flame, no crater, only silence, dust, and the echo of footsteps in eternity. If you believe curiosity still drives us beyond the stars, hit like, subscribe, and keep your eyes on the sky. Soft echo, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed. They say, in 1969, humanity took one giant leap for mankind. We choose to go to the moon, not because it is easy, but because it is hard.